Louisa Holst, the South African air fryer, is the latest cookbook to hit the shelves. The book shares some of Louisa's mouth-watering local favorites such as bobotie, apricot, snoek with sweet potato, boerewors with chakalaka, paptert, milk tart and malva pudding. To tell us more about this collection of easy-to-follow recipes that she says is a must-have to add to your cooking repertoire, Louisa Holst joins us now via Zoom. Louisa, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Hi there, thanks so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Tell us more about this book and the inspiration behind it. I mean, what was it about air frying that appealed to you so much that you had to compile a whole cookbook about it?
I think it's just become such a popular thing, mainly because it's so convenient and so easy to use. And we just thought, you know, there's a lot of other books from overseas available, but there's nothing for the South African market. So we put together this collection of local favorites and other easy recipes, all using local and easy to access ingredients. So yeah, that was our inspiration.
Share with us some of the easy to follow recipes that you share in this book.
Oh, well, we've got a big selection. So we've got from starters to easy family meals, desserts, bakes, and then obviously all the absolute favorites that South Africans love. So we've got bobotie, we've got milk tart, we've got a nacho and butternut salad, we've got boerewors even with a lovely relish that you can make in your air fryer. On the screen there you see the bobotie. We've got a biltong and cornbread. We've got biltong, even biltong spring rolls. So yeah, there's so many delicious things to try.
What are some of the tips and tricks we need to know before buying an air fryer?
I think one of the tips is just think about, there's various different models available, obviously, and you've got to decide how many people you're cooking for. So if you do have a family of 4, go for one of the larger varieties, the ones that's got a bigger capacity. And then, yeah, the tips are just, you know, it's quite small, so you don't want to overcrowd it. You've got to keep enough space in the air fryer for all your ingredients to get that lovely crisp exterior. And then, yeah, not all ingredients work that well, but all the quick cooking ingredients cook very well, like chicken, fish, chops, and you can even bake in the air fryer. So we've got like delicious bake recipes as well in the recipe book.
And to get the best of, out of our air fryers, what are some of the accessories one must invest in?
Oh, you know, you really don't have to invest in expensive accessories because anything that's oven-proof is actually also air fryer-proof. So if you've got an oven-proof baking dish, you can use that in your air fryer. Otherwise, you can just buy those aluminium foil containers that you get at lots of different packaging shops. And then they work very well in the air fryer. I've got a little oil spray bottle, which is very handy, and that you can buy off the online stores for a reasonable price, and that you can just spray some oil onto your ingredients just to keep them lovely and crisp.
Louisa, inasmuch as an air fryer may be popular these days for so many South Africans, but there are still those who don't really understand how it works. So what is it about an air fryer that appeals so much? Is it its ability to lock in the moisture in some foods, or the ability to, you know, maintain or create and maintain that crispiness in some foods?
Yeah, I think the thing is it's basically a small convection oven, but it's because it's so small, it cooks really quickly. So you don't need to heat up a big oven. You don't need to spend a long time letting it bake or cook. It's very quick in the air fryer. It's much quicker. So you're saving on electricity, you're saving on time. And so, of course, you're saving money because you're saving on electricity. So it's that convenience, and also, of course, because it cooks quickly, it does lock in that moisture and keep the food really crisp and delicious.
And you've been a food journalist for over 25 years now. Do share with us some of the lessons and food secrets you've discovered over the years.
Yeah, it has been a long time. I think my tip is always just don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple, use lovely, fresh, local ingredients, and cook food that you love and that you're comfortable with cooking, and then your friends and family are sure to love it as well.
So now that you are into an air fryer, have you turned your back on the conventional grill ovens?
No, not completely. No, there's certain things, there's certain times, especially if you're doing catering or you've got a big crowd, that you do go back to your conventional oven, because the one thing with the air fryer is the space is a bit limited.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, as you get to know your air fryer, you also see what's going to work and what's not going to work. So some things are better in the larger oven. So I definitely won't be getting rid of my conventional oven just yet.
So an air fryer, I'm quite interested about this air fryer. Does it go as far as cooking, your stews or your curries?
I've personally never tried to do a slow cooked thing in the air fryer.
Okay.
I've got quick curry kind of dishes in my recipe book that where you use a curry spice and a marinade, and then you put that onto a chicken breast fillet or chicken pieces, or you could do it on pork or fish. But then you bake and then you fry it in the air, or you bake it in the air fryer basically. But it's not a very saucy casserole recipe as I would normally do on a stovetop. But I mean, I'm sure it is possible, because you can if you put it in a container, you can cook it in the air fryer as well. I just prefer to use my air fryer for quicker, more convenient things.
So Louisa, what's your signature dish? I mean, what is that dish that defines you, even at an event or wherever? I would simply know that Louisa was the one cooking this without being told.
I'm not sure about that. I do actually love cooking curries. It is one of my favorites.
Right.
I suppose if you ask my friends, they would say anything with spice. I love cooking with spice. So Mexican, Thai. I love South African food, obviously. We always have a braai going at our home. So every weekend there's a braai. And then I love making interesting salads and side dishes to go with the braai. So that's where the air fryer comes in quite nicely, because you can whip up a lovely, I've got a nice sweet corn and biltong bread that's ready in about 20 minutes. So if you've got your friends coming over for braai, there you go, So, yeah.
Did you just mention sweet corn and biltong?
Biltong and sweet corn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just take us through that. Just briefly take us through that. I'm quite interested.
It's actually a really quick recipe because you don't need to use yeast. So it's a self-raising flour, a tin of creamed sweet corn, biltong, and a few other ingredients. And then it gets, you just buy you can buy an aluminium foil loaf tin, and then you just bake it in your air fryer. It's quick and easy, 160 degrees, and I think it's about 20 minutes.
Wow.
And then it's ready.
Wow.
Spread with a little butter and enjoy.
And I understand you'll be celebrating the launch of this cookbook next Tuesday, right? At Exclusive Books?
Yeah? Yes, Exclusive Books. Tuesday evening at 6:30. So I'll be doing a talk, and then I'll be doing a cooking demonstration as well. So looking forward to that.
Are you at liberty to tell us which Exclusive Books?
It's at the Exclusive Books in Cavendish, in the Western Cape, where we live, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Great stuff. Louisa, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great stuff. Well, that was food consultant, writer and editor Louisa Holst, and we were in conversation with her about a newly released cookbook titled The South African Air Fryer.